All right, today we are going to break down a super simple strategy that could totally change how you manage your social energy. It's called the 30% rule. Think of it as a key piece of software for what we'll call the introvert operating system. And trust me, getting this can be a real game changer. So let's dive in. So let me just ask you this. You ever go to a party, have a pretty good time, but then the next day you feel completely wiped out? I mean, just totally flat. That feeling, that kind of social hangover, yep, that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. And how we think about this problem is, well, it's everything. The issue isn't that you're broken or weirdly antisocial. I love how the source material puts it. You're not broken, you're just charging an Android with an iPhone cable. See, it's a compatibility thing. You're just using the wrong tools for your specific hardware. And that hardware, it runs on a totally different operating system. A lot of the time, society kind of treats introversion like it's a bug in the software, something that needs to be fixed. But what if it's not a bug at all? What if it's just a different OS? The introvert operating system is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's just a different way of processing the world around you. And the main difference is how it handles high energy, high stimulation environments. That means it needs its own unique set of rules for managing energy. You know, just like an iPhone and an Android. They both work great, they just have different needs. So to really get a handle on this operating system, we have to look at its power source, this social battery. This one metaphor is absolutely key to understanding how you're wired for social situations. And this right here is the fundamental difference, the big paradox. For an extrovert, social events are like plugging into a charger. They leave feeling powered up, but for an introvert's operating system, those exact same events are an energy expense. The battery just drains. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just a different kind of wiring. So just picture this for a second. You're an introvert at a party. You've got the small talk, the loud music, just the sheer number of people. Every single one of those interactions is pulling a little bit of power from your battery. It's this slow, steady drain taking you from a full green bar all the way down into the red. Now, let's flip it. In that very same room, an extrovert is having the complete opposite experience. For them, every conversation, every new person they meet is actually charging their battery. They are literally feeding off the energy in the room, pushing their power level higher and higher into the green. So the most important thing here is knowing your personal energy balance sheet. For most introverts, things like big crowds and endless small talk are major withdrawals. But on the flip side, deep one-on-one conversations or just spending some quiet time on a hobby, those are deposits. That's what recharges the battery. Okay, so we get the operating system, we get the battery. So what do we do about it? How do we actually use this knowledge? Well, this next part, this is the secret to finally taking control of your energy and dodging that social hangover for good. It's called the 30% rule. 30%. That's it. That's the magic number. So what does that even mean? It's actually really simple. Don't wait until your social battery is at 1% and blinking red to leave the party. The secret is to leave when you still have about 30% of your energy left in the tank. And just look at the difference this one little change makes. It's night and day. If you leave at 30%, yeah, your battery's in the yellow. It's low, but it's stable. The next day, you feel fine. Maybe you just need a quiet day. Your recovery time is just a few hours. But if you wait and leave at 1%, your battery is critically low. You feel completely drained, and your recovery can take days. That's the social hangover we are trying to avoid. Okay, so knowing the rule is one thing, but actually putting it into practice is what's going to make all the difference. So let's build out a simple but really effective toolkit for managing your energy. It really just boils down to this super easy to remember 3-step plan. First, you're going to track your energy to learn your own patterns. Second, you figure out what specifically recharges you. And third, you put it all together and you leave at 30%. So step 1 is all about awareness. You don't need some complicated spreadsheet or app. Just start noticing. After you hang out with a specific person or go to a certain type of event, just take a second and ask yourself, how's my battery feel right now? Am I more drained or more energized? Just doing that builds the self-awareness you need to actually manage your energy. And once you know your personal chargers, maybe it's reading a book, going for a walk, listening to music, you can actually be intentional about using them. This is how you get your battery all the way back up to 100%, back to full green, totally ready for whatever's next, without that awful, lingering exhaustion. So we're going to leave you with this final thought. For years, you might have felt like something was wrong with you, like you had some kind of social flaw. But what if it was never a flaw? What if all of that was just the user manual for your specific, unique, and perfectly functional operating system?